Hello, welcome to my new podcast, Living the Dream. And what is that exactly? I think everyone's used that term and they've said it to me so many times, and hence why I'm doing this podcast, because my living the dream is not necessarily the same as your living the dream. Everybody wants that, and especially moving abroad, moving to sunny skies, less expensive place. It does feel like the dream until you're actually there. Everything becomes normal after a while. I'm sure many of you, maybe who live in the countryside in England, for instance, who have lived in a small village and maybe only went to London or a big city once in a while when you were a child. It was a massive thing to go and see a great big theatre production, or go to this great big city and see the lights. But then when you move there, if you go to college or university or you start to work there, after a while those lights and that just become quite dim, because it's just reality. And that's the thing. Living the dream is only the dream if it is your dream, and so I decided to do this podcast because I've met a lot of people and I've done a lot of observation while I've been here. I've been here 4.5 years now in Spain, and seen watch people's lives and seen why they've moved here, and they're not all happy, right? So this isn't a podcast to put you off moving here. This is to actually help you understand why you're doing it and help you if you are going to make a successful transition. And this is a huge thing. It doesn't matter where you move. You're moving house from one street to another can be massive, but moving countries and lifestyle, a different language if you don't know it, and Brexit. Brexit is, oh my God, Brexit just turned everything upside down. I suppose you're thinking, well, why did I move during Brexit? Well, I actually moved 4 days before the original date. And as many of you might know, if you've seen my other videos or you've connected with me or know me in person, you'll know I'm an intuitive reader. And it was my guidance and my intuition that took me here. But I've wanted to make this move for years. And I thought I was going to have to wait 10 years to do so, because financially it was a big thing. We came over with nothing, just a car and the animals. That was it. Anything you get in that car came in the car. The rest of it was just thrown out the window. It was a real Thelma and Louise moment, and it was really freeing. And I came here to expand, to follow my dream, to continue my dream, to continue what I wanted to do and to connect with the world. Okay, this was a calling for me. And during this podcast, I'm going to be looking at that, the reasons why people move here, what's a really positive, what can be a negative. I want to look at different things like working, how the setup works here, maybe rentals or buying. I will be looking at, is it better to rent or to buy, and really talking about different areas and prices and how extreme one village can be to another, different provinces. We talk about COVID, what happened there, because I was here all through that. I got here just before that kicked off, and I came here intuitively, and it was exactly the right time. I got everything in order, my residency. I work for myself anyway, and I would always say to people, have something. If you're not a pensioner, make sure that you have something that you will support you, because not only, it's great having all this wonderful blue sky and beach, but if you're anything like me, and I don't really like to be still for too long, I like to be doing lots of things, I'm very creative, I'd probably find it boring, and I can never understand people that do the same thing every day, just traipse out to the beach and for years on end. Okay, each to their own, I get that, but I think it's really great to have a hobby or something you can focus on, especially if you're giving up work, which is what my husband did. And we went through a kind of phase where he was maybe a little bit depressed, I think, and he just didn't really know what to do with himself. This is the same for anybody who is just suddenly retiring, not only retiring, but moving to another country. Now, a lot of you say that, will say, well, when I retired, I was busier than I've ever been. But for some, that works, because over here, there's lots and lots of things to do. There's groups you can become part of. You can be busy all the time. But for some, it's not as easy. So I want to look at all those things. I'm really interested in connecting with people, answering questions, maybe looking into things. maybe not necessarily completely legally, because I'm not Hester Ear, and that is something that I would definitely suggest to anybody, if you've got questions, to get one of those quickly, sort that out, go and get some proper advice, because the law can change here in 15 minutes, which happened to me. I'm going to tell you the story of why I moved here, all the different things that have happened whilst I've been here, our ups and downs. I'm going to share that with you, and also offer hopefully some really, really good sound advice, because sometimes, and for anyone that does come over here for the first time, you will realise that sometimes you can get too much advice and you can listen to the wrong people. And so I think this is going to be really, really useful. So please tune in to the rest of the episodes if you feel you would like to do so. Like, share and subscribe this video, and take it, send it to all your friends, and anyone who you think this could be useful for. And please, again, leave your comments below, and I will do my best to look into, research, and find out any information that you are looking for, or at least point you in the right direction. And during each video there will be links below of people that you can contact. Most of it will be in the area that I am in, but I will possibly be able to give advice into other areas, because sometimes when it comes to accounting and financial things, you don't actually have to have anybody which is next door or just down the road. You can, everything's remote now, right? So there's always possibilities. I'm going to look at the positives and the downsides. So I will connect with you in the next episode. And for now, cheerio.